Okay, Kaya, we are finding the root cause of Dr. Nick Delgado. He's conflicted and some things, and now he trusts me, and he is willing to speak about his conflict, his internal conflict. So, what you conflicted about, Nick?
My youngest son and his desire to spend all of his time on video games when he's with me, and I feel that he needs to spend quality time outdoors and doing things that are healthy for him. So it's easier for me to just let him play video games because he's happy, but I can tell later he gets angry and mean easily if he's taken even an hour away from, literally he would play games for 14 hours and I would even have to force him to go to sleep.
Okay, I want to interrupt you on that. We are trying just to find you conflict about. So
Being a good parent. I'm conflicted about being a good parent because it's easy to...
That's stopping you to being a good parent. That's why we're trying to find out the conflict right now. That it's that. Okay, so being a good parent is gonna be in your right hand, correct?
Yes, good parent.
Being a good parent. So that's your root the root cause of the conflict. Being a good parent.
Right. And then I make excuses on the other side that there's legal forces with custody, and
Of
if
course.
he gets upset, then he kind of tattletales to his attorney and to his mom. So I'm very conflicted about that because on the one hand, he needs to be happy and nurtured and loved and taken care of in a proper way and even disciplined. And on the other hand, I'm being pushed to not make decisions in his favor about discipline and boundaries and things.
So put it this way: you hold back to put boundaries on him. That's correct. That's when the frustration comes to you, and then when you start feeling the conflicted inside you. Correct.
There's less conflict if I just give in and let him do what he wants to do instead of giving him direction and taking him somewhere and having quality time.
Okay, so let's work on this, and then I'm going to ask you this question. It is alright for you, unconscious mind, for you to integrate those parts today and for you to be aware of the consciousness?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now that you trust me, you can close your eyes and just trust the process and trust me. Okay?
Okay.
So, in your right hand, who is this part looks like, sounds like, smell like, sound, or looks like someone that you know?
Yeah, smiling son.
Your son in the right hand. What is the conflict? So we're gonna put a son name in the right hand. So in your left hand, who is this part looks like, sound like, someone that you know?
A controlling, upset woman.
Let's put a woman in the name. A woman in your left hand, and the conflict that you have is in your right hand is a son. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're working on this. And what's the purpose by integrating those parts and make you be your own self with you, connected with you on integrating those parts? It was integrating before. So what is the purpose by integrating those parts?
The purpose is to be able to communicate and express love for my son and allow the controlling woman to accept some of my decisions as a parent and or agree to disagree or agree to agree.
Thank you, Dr. Nick. Can you please speak and just make it more short in a few sentences? The purpose of that woman, what's the high intention?
Her purpose in higher attention is to provide quality attention to my son.
By providing quality attention, what's the purpose?
The purpose is to help him to have a healthy future, currently be happy in a healthier future.
What's the intention of having a quality future?
He'll be resourceful in times in future relationships or career or business and in health decisions, which will contribute to his well-being.
With what purpose contributing of his well-being?
The purpose of me as a parent to serve that purpose and give him the proper direction.
What's the high intention?
The higher intention is to raise a happy, healthy son, even in light of a person who has different opinions.
What is the purpose of that?
The purpose is to be better parents and to allow my son to feel unconditionally loved.
With the intention to having unconditional love, what is the purpose?
It fulfills a value of acknowledging a parental figure more than just a friend.
What's the intention to being the friend?
Well, the friend is easier. It's easier to let a son just play video games versus to give him boundaries and direction, as a parent must and should.
By giving him boundaries and directions, what's the purpose?
To contribute to his well-being.
What is the contributing by the well-being and the intention?
The intention is to have a happy family, even if we're living separate.
As you realizing your hands are coming together and having the happy family, with what purpose?
With the purpose of helping my son to feel accepted and loved and understand that boundaries are important and guidance to being a resourceful young man as he grows up.
As he's growing up, and with what's the purpose?
The purpose is to allow him to understand that addictive behaviors, whether it be to video games or drugs or food, all of these things will come and go into his life as he grows up. So to give him a degree of protection and awareness.
As awareness and protection, what's the high intention?
To enable him to be a better young man and a contributor to society.
With what purpose contributing to society?
With the purpose to better the family and his own happiness and future.
With what purpose, happiness and future?
The purpose of accepting and giving love.
And the high intention of love, what is the purpose?
To allow his mother to understand that my intentions are good for my son, and the contribution, as in most families without a father, are disastrous, and with a father it makes a huge difference.
By making the difference, and huge difference, with what purpose?
The purpose to communicate better and allow the family to make decisions together, or at least to enable my son to have a better future.
By integrating those parts, as your hands are coming together and you're holding your hands together and you're putting close to your chest, how is the feeling?
feeling is good.
Feeling is good. And by integrating those parts and make you find the true the true of yourself, the who you integrating by being allowing your true self. How's the feeling now that you're connecting your two conflict parts and bringing them together and feel the happiness that you are expressing right now?
I feel I can be a better parent for my son and represent to him, help him to understand and explain, present to him unconditional love and boundaries.
By feeling the love and the connection and the feeling of the gratitude that you are integrating those two hands. What's the feeling right now?
Optimistic.
Thank you, Nick. You can open your eyes.
Mm-hmm.